Dear student, we will discuss the HRT1 of class 11 now. The first question is a mixture of NaCl and Na2CO3 is given. On heating 12 gram of mixture with dilute HCl, 2.2 gram of CO2 is involved. Calculate the weight of NaCl in the mixture. Let us say we have NaCl plus Na2CO3 12 gram. If this is x gram, then NaCl will be 12 minus x gram. Now, when this mixture reacts with HCl, NaCl will not react with HCl. It is only Na2CO3 which is going to react with NaCl. Now, if you write the reaction of Na2CO3 plus HCl, you have this reaction. Twice NaCl plus CO2 plus water. It means that 2 mole of HCl react with 1 mole of or 1 mole of Na2CO3 react with 2 mole of HCl to produce 1 mole of CO2. Mass of 1 mole of CO2 is 44 gram, and when you calculate mass of Na2CO3, it is 106 gram. Then we can say that 44 gram of CO2 is obtained from 106 gram. Now 44 gram of CO2 is produced by 106 gram of Na2CO3. Therefore 2.2 gram of CO2 will be produced by 106. 44 2.2 is 20. 5.3 gram of Na2CO3. Now, total mass of mixture is 12 gram. Total mass is 12 gram. Therefore, what is mass of NaCl? Mass of NaCl is now very simple. 12 minus 5.3. This is 6.7 gram. Answer. And in my set, it is B option, which is correct. This is the answer. Now, let us move on to question number 2. I'll just write 1 or 2 words of each question, or I'll just recite. Reason being, some of you might not have the same code which I am discussing. Question number 2 in my code is, what is the simplest formula of oxide? What is the simplest formula of silicon oxide? Oxide of silicon. I am going to discuss this question. In this question, it is given 7 gram of silicon. Silicon is 7 gram. And it is written that total mass of compound is 15 gram. Therefore, oxygen will be how much? 15 minus 7, 8 gram. You can easily find out percentage of these two. The percentage of silicon will be, total is 15 gram. Percentage is 7 by 15 into 100. It is 8 by 15 into 100. When we calculate, this value comes out to be 46.6 percentage, and this is 53.3 percentage. Now, you know, if you have percentage of any element, you can easily find out empirical formula, because empirical formula has been found. Percentage by atomic weight, 46 by 6 upon 28, 53 upon, it is 3.33, it is 1.66. Find the minimum ratio. Minimum ratio means you have to calculate minimum ratio by dividing the lower value to each. You will find this is 1, this is 2. Therefore, SiO2 is the correct answer and C is the correct answer for question number 2. Now let us move on to question number 3. Question number 3 is 0.5 mole of, we have 3 gases here, hydrogen, SO2 and CH4. Now if you find, it is given mass of this is 0.5 mole is same for each. Now a hole is made, all the gas will diffuse. Now the question is, which gas will diffuse at a faster rate? Very simple. What is the molecular mass of hydrogen? 2 gram. I am writing the molecular mass. What is the molecular mass of SO2? It is 64 gram. What is the molecular mass of CH4? It is 16 gram. And you know that rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. Higher the molecular mass, lower the rate of diffusion, and vice versa. Lower the molecular mass, higher the rate of diffusion. It means that hydrogen will be diffused at the faster rate, and the slowest rate of diffusion will be of SO2. Therefore, after some time, you will find that maximum number of hydrogen molecules has escaped out, and minimum number of SO2 molecule has escaped out. Therefore, finally you will have SO2 maximum number of mole and its partial pressure will be maximum, or shall I write like this? Rate of diffusion will have this order. Hydrogen will have maximum rate of diffusion, then we'll have methane, then we'll have SO2. Therefore, partial pressure will have this order. Partial pressure of hydrogen will be lowest, CH4 intermediate, and SO2 highest. If you see, A option is correct option. Now, question number 4. Question number 4 is this reaction. 2S plus 3O2, 2SO3. It is 100% yield. What does 100% yield means? Suppose 1 mole has to be produced, certainly 1 mole is going to be formed. Now, second equation is SO3 plus H2O, H2O4 is formed. It is 50% yield. And then we have 2P plus 5H2O4, 2S3PO4 plus 5SO2 plus 2H2O. It is 40% yield. It's very simple. Now you see 2 mole of SO2, that is 64 gram, 3 mole of H2, that is 96 gram combined to form 2 mole of SO3. It is also given 64 gram of sulfur and 96 gram of oxygen combined. 64 gram sulfur, 96 gram of oxygen, therefore they will form 2 mole of SO3. Since L is 100%, we will have 2 mole of SO3. Now see here, 1 mole of SO2 produces 1 mole of H2SO4. Therefore, 2 mole of SO3 will produce 2 mole of H2SO4. Now here yield is 50%. It means although 2 moles should form, the amount of product is here 2 50% of 2, which is 1 mole. It means that H2SO4 is 1 mole. Here 5 mole of H2SO4 gives 2 mole of H3PO4. Therefore 1 mole will give 2 by 5 mole. That is 0.5 mole of H3PO4. But here yield is not 100%. If the yield were 100%, then we would get 0.4 mole. Yield is 40%. Therefore, you have to multiply this by 40 by 100. 40%. Sorry, 80%. I'm sorry, 80%, which is 0.34 mole. Therefore, the correct answer is A. Now, let us move on to question number 5. Question number 5 is a good question. How much BaCl2 would be needed to make 500 milliliter of solution having same concentration of Cl? It means that in BaCl2 and in NaCl we have same concentration of NaCl. Sorry, Cl minus. Cl concentration is same here. Now find out what is the concentration of Cl. What is the concentration of Cl? In the case of NaCl, we will have concentration of Na and Cl same. Now what is the concentration of Na here? Very simple. Moles, number of millimole upon number of milliliter. Number of millimole is 5 millimole. 5, therefore concentration of NaCl is 0.5 m. Here also, when BaCl2 decomposes, it decomposes as this. If we have 1 m of BaCl2, it will give 2 m of Cl minus. Now, since concentration of Cl minus has to be same, here this concentration is 0.5 m. If Cl minus is 2 m, BaCl2 is 1 m. If this is 0.5 m, its concentration will be half of this, that is 0.25 m. Therefore, concentration of BaCl2 is 0.25. Now, you know number of moles is given by m into V. V should be liter. M is 0.5 and V, the solution of BaCl has volume 500. It is half liter. Therefore, when you calculate, it is 0.125 mole. And you know that number of mole mass required for this is 0.125 multiplied by molecular mass is 208. When you calculate, this comes out to be 26 gram. Therefore, the correct answer is B. Next is question number 6. Question number 6 is an open vessel. Whenever we have open vessel, the pressure acting here is atmospheric pressure, you have to keep in mind. And the volume of container is this, and whatever gas is present in this is number of mole. Let us say X mole is initially present. Temperature is 127 degree centigrade, which comes out to be 400 Kelvin. And volume, let us say, is V. Pressure is atmospheric. Now it is heated. When it is heated, certainly gas will leave this. If gas leaves, we are going to count. It is given that 4/5, 4x by 4 has left. The number of mole remaining in this container is x by 5 mole. Volume is again V. Pressure is atmospheric pressure. Temperature you have to find out. Keep in mind, in this formula, PV equal to nRT. N is the number of mole which is in the container. Therefore, we write PV nRT here. Pressure is P atmospheric. Volume is V. N is x. Or temperature is 400. Similarly, we write P and RT here. P atmospheric, volume remains same. Number of mole inside the container is x by 5 RT. Divide first by second. P atmospheric, V x R 400. P atmospheric, V x r 5 R T. This get cancelled, x get cancelled, R. Therefore, T is 2000 Kelvin and D is the correct answer for question number 6. Now, question number 7, which is a problem of hygrometry. You can solve this by two methods. One is principle of atomic conservation and second by balancing. We'll solve by just by balancing. Hydrocarbon react with oxygen. This is gas. This is also gas. Produces CO2 gas and H2O liquid. Now, it is given 10 milliliter of gas react with 60 milliliter of oxygen. Keep in mind, it is 60 milliliter of oxygen, but it is not necessary that entire oxygen will react. Therefore, we are not going to write amount of oxygen here which has actually reacted. We have to subtract the unused oxygen and put that value here. Means that we are going to write the amount or the volume of oxygen which participate in reaction. Let us say these are product. Product will contain CO2, H2O plus unused oxygen. Let us find out what is the value of unused oxygen. We'll subtract unused oxygen from 60 and then we'll find the value of used oxygen. It says that after cooling, that's why we should put here H2O liquid, because after cooling water gas will convert into liquid. This volume is 40 milliliter. The entire volume of product is 40 milliliter. When passed by through KOH, final volume is 10. It passing through KOH, final volume 10. It means that the volume which has been absorbed is 30 milliliter. CO2 is absorbed by CO2 gas is absorbed by KOH. Therefore, from 40 to 10, it means 30 milliliter of CO2 has been absorbed. Now 10 milliliter, what is this volume? This volume is unused oxygen. If unused oxygen is 10, initial volume of oxygen is 60. Therefore, what is the used oxygen value? It is 50 milliliter. 60 minus 10, it is 50 milliliter. Now we have our information present here. Now you know that when gases are present at the same temperature pressure, they are equivalent to number of mole. We can say it is equivalent to 10 mole, equivalent to 50 mole, not equivalent, it is 30 mole. Or we simply say they will be, if the volume of hydrocarbon is 10, its volume is 50, there will be 1:5 ratio, like that. Okay. Now we can solve this problem here. This is information given. What is the question? This one. Let us balance this equation. CxHy plus x plus y by 4 O2 x CO2 and y by 2 H2O. Now we have 1 mole of hydrocarbon react with x plus y by 4 mole of oxygen produces x mole of CO2. Now 10 mole will react with 10 into x plus y by 4 mole produce 10x mole of CO2. Now value given. What is the value of 10x? It is 30. What is the value of this? This is 50. Just we have to solve. When you solve, you find that 10x 30, therefore x is 3. Similarly here, 10 x plus y by 4 is 50, therefore x plus y by 4 is 5. Put x equal to 3 here. 3 plus y by 4 equal to 5. Therefore, y is equal to 8. The formula becomes C3H8, which is B option. Therefore, B is the correct option for this. Now move on to question number 8. Question number 8 is "20 milliliter of aluminum sulfate, 0.2 m aluminum sulfate combined with again 20 milliliter of 0.6 m barium chloride. When you add 20 plus 20, the final volume is 40 milliliter. Now, find out number of millimole of Al2SO4. It will be M into V, 4 millimole. If it is 4 millimole, we know that when aluminum sulfate dissociate, it will produce aluminum 3 plus sulfate. It means that 1 mole will produce 2 mole of aluminum and 3 mole of sulfate ion. Therefore, 4 millimole will produce 8 mole of aluminum plus 3 and 12 mole of sulfate ion. Similarly, we can find out number of millimole of barium chloride, M into V, 0.6, 12 millimole, and barium chloride when decomposes produces 1 mole of barium chloride produces 1 mole of barium and 2 mole of chloride ion. Therefore, 12 mole of barium chloride will produce 12 mole of barium and 24 mole of chloride ion. Now, very simple. Barium sulfate, barium plus sulfate will precipitate out 1 mole barium will combine with 1 mole of sulfate, and luckily we have number of mole of sulfate is 12 millimole. Barium is 12 millimoles, therefore it is completely come out. Concentration of barium sulfate from the solution will be 0 because precipitate out. Now, the ions remains in the solution is aluminum 3 plus 8 millimole and Cl minus 24 millimole, and we know that concentration can be found out. The formula number of millimole 8 upon 140, this is 1 by 5, that's 0.2 m. Similarly, concentration of Cl minus would be 24 upon 40, 3 upon 5, 0.6 m. Therefore, the answer is Al 3 plus 0.2 m. I write answer this side. Al plus 3 concentration is 0.2 m. Cl minus concentration is 0.6 m. And sulfate concentration is 0. In fact, barium concentration is also 0. Therefore, only first, second and third is the correct answer, which is C. Now move on to question number 9. Question number 9. A container is 1 mole of argon, 2 mole of this. We have argon 1 mole, we have CO2 2 mole, we have O2 3 mole, we have N2 4 mole. Therefore total moles 10 moles, and the partial pressure of NO2 will be 4 by 10 of P total. Now moles has been changed. This is 1 mole, this is 2 mole, this is 3 mole, it is now 3 mole. What is total mole now? 9 mole. Now what is the new partial pressure of nitrogen? 3 by 9 into 4. Since P total same, now find out what is the change. Pn2 minus P dash N2 upon Pn2 will be 4 by 10 of P total minus 3 by 9 of P total upon 4 by 10 of P total. When you multiply 100, you solve it, you will find it is approximately 17%. Therefore, the change in the partial pressure is 70%. There are so many shortcut tricks for this, but right now I can't discuss. Question number 10. It's very easy. And although we can solve this by just by visualizing the equation, but since I am going to discuss in detail, I am discussing. Otherwise, those who know the concept of limiting region, they will find that they can solve this question just by visualizing or just by inspection. Okay, let us discuss in detail. 2A plus 3B, 4C plus 5D. Now it is given 1 mole of this react with 1 mole of this. Let us first find out limiting reagent. 3 mole of B combined with 2 mole of A. Therefore 1 mole of B will combine with 2 by 3 mole, 0.67 mole of A. It means that B will be entirely consumed while A will be left. How much will be left? 1 is given, 1 minus 0.76. Therefore amount of A is 0.33 mole, which is left. Mole of A is left. Now you know that once you decide the limiting reagent, which is B, amount of product is decided by limiting reagent. Find out how. 3B gives you 4C, 1 will give 4 by 3C, that is 1.33 mole of C, and similarly 3B gives you 5D, so 1B will give you 5 by 3, that is 1.67 mole of D. If you see the correct answer, it is second 1.6 mole of D, third 0.33 mole of A remains, and fourth 1.33 mole of C is formed. This is correct answer, which is B. That's all. Very soon I'll come with the discussion of question 11 to 20, and then we'll have final discussion. You can contact me by this phone number 9350928856 in case you have any query. We have so many shortcuts, as I discussed earlier also, and many questions in this HRT can be solved by just by viewing or analyzing or by simple calculation. Although my aim was to give you the detailed discussion of this. Okay, thank you.